So
all over the place.
I guess so. So on thanks for tuning in, everyone. On today's show, we are blessed with the presence of vegan Danielle, aka Miss Danielle Pets. She's been a hard worker since her ironically first fitting job as a McDonald's line cook at age 14 and has quite an interesting 15-year track record in the entertainment business ever since. With accolades and experiences ranging from snowboarding sponsorships, Spartan Warrior racing, and at one time 500,000 followers on social media, Danielle is still no stranger to the various shades of rock bottom. She's a cancer survivor who has also walked away from different forms of addiction and is now using her insight to help encourage better paths for others around. She's spent years as a vegan creating recipes and other lifestyle resources for those looking to spice up their pantry and or their fridge, and has most recently started producing this podcast on the Specialty Produce Network, of which her personal podcast became a finalist in San Diego's Best Vegan-Themed Podcast Series last year. Please help me welcome Vegan Danielle.
Okay, Caleb, that was a amazing intro. It made me sound a little better than I feel like I am, but thank you for having me.
Well, it's the Sparks Notes versions, but in all honesty, all of that's true. I was going to say.
Weird how that worked.
It's so weird, but I was thinking it, and man, as we were mentioning before the show, I read through your blog. First off, doing a daily blog is just between all of the things that you do here for Specialty, doing your blog, are you still making recipes?
I have fallen off a little bit on that.
But it's so cool
because
because you made a good database, I think.
Yeah.
How many recipes do you need?
Right. I mean, I could start reposting. I mean, what am I going to do with them? Make a cookbook? I don't know. Possibly. Not necessarily a goal right now, but it's just kind of for fun.
Yeah. I think that was a good thing for you to get on your palate because, I think that was part of your sculpting process to get you into this position.
I think so, too. And who knows where I'll be.
I'm glad you liked the intro. There were other ways I was phrasing it. One was an explicit blogger with a sweet podcast. Was one of them.
That's kind of cute.
One of the opening lines was going to be, "She's overcome more adversity and challenge than most Olympic teams will face in a lifetime."
There have been some very highs and very low, high highs and low lows.
High highs.
I
I want to say thank you for being so transparent about it. First off, for those of you that have yet to read her blog, yet to ever hear her talk, she has one of the things that I love about Danielle is she's been completely transparent with some of the gnarliest stories to ever happen to people. And I think that a lot of people hide them. I think a lot of people downplay them. I think a lot of people don't share them. And what that does is it, first off, doesn't make anyone else better. But not being honest with yourself and not sharing the things that are so big that, of course, they do mean things.
Mm-hmm.
To keep things secret is that's weird. So not only does it help other people, and that's what your aim is, but I really think that it's helped you.
No, for sure. And I got to say something first because I have been quiet for 10 years. A lot of this stuff has happened a long time ago. And I did stay quiet for fear of what family might think, for fear of potential employers reading something, for fear of people not liking me, whatever the situation was. And I think I finally got to a point where I'm like, man, this stuff gets really heavy to hold. And so there definitely are some situations that I will never talk about publicly. I don't care what the situation is because legal reasons or because I'm not trying to trash someone that was doing their best job at doing something.
Yeah.
People make mistakes. And so there are definitely some things I will never talk about. But those little tiny things don't necessarily matter when you're getting the whole picture of everything. I don't need to bring up every single incident for you to understand that I did drugs. It's like you kind of got the idea after a couple posts. So.
Got the idea. Yeah, on many different avenues. And to the same token, it's good to let people's minds wander. To be so specific, you might count people out.
Right.
Because one of the ways that people will benefit from it is seeing themselves in your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you're too specific,
they're
then
gonna
someone
not me.
Not me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
And then, yeah, I'd like how you've changed people's names
Oh yeah.
in very cute ways.
Yeah.
I mean, you made them real ways, not like made up crazy names, but like,
Daisy and
yeah,
Marshmallow.
the way you brought it up, your personality just flows through it, and it was cool because whenever you're around like a celebrity, and take this however you want it, but whenever you're around a celebrity, it's like you always know more about them than they know about you.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I've been in those situations, whether it's on the, hosting a podcast with someone who's obviously more famous than me, or in my past life when I was around a lot of that, like they're definitely, yeah, I know what you mean.
So, what types of things are you most often teaching people to help them get over the stuff that's in their way?
Dang. I don't know if I'm there yet.
No?
Well, I mean, I feel like, okay, so some of the biggest things some of the feedback that I've gotten, now mind you, this blog's only been up for a month or something. It's pretty new.
Well, yeah.
So, the biggest things I've gotten is like, thank you for being honest, like me too. Like that's a really big thing. And whether it means the Me Too movement, like as far as sexual abuse, or if it's just like that happened to me as well. That's the biggest thing too. The thing is where I'm at with my blog right now, because it's been somewhat chronological, is that I haven't gotten to the recovered Danielle yet.
Did you not share things before your blog? Not much? Is that what you're
Not
getting
much.
at? Not much. So this was
Right.
like your big unveiling.
Well, definitely not publicly. I mean,
Yeah.
if I were to share something,
One-on-one coaching or friend-to-friend stuff.
right,
Is that
right,
getting that?
yeah, for the most part, yeah, maybe even a group session, something.
Okay.
But, yeah, definitely not on a public level. So if you had, in fact, if you guys do enough research, my old MySpace page still exists because I don't know how to log into it. I don't have any idea.
No
what my
one
email
knows how to log
Right.
into MySpace anymore.
But it's
Like,
still
use
on
your
there.
email. Be like, no one
Which
knows how
one?
to use Yahoo anymore.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like send a code. I'm like, I don't even know what it was, like at MSN or something. I don't even know. So anyway, if
SBC Global.
if you find my old name, you can find it up there. And it's really interesting to me as like an outsider looking in, because this is 10 years removed, right? And like looking back at like just knowing the feeling that I was feeling in certain pictures, or like knowing what that experience was, and then something's totally forgetting about me, like, oh shit, that happened, And so I don't know how that tied into your question, but it's just
Yeah, just flowing.